Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm a part-time reseller and stay-at-home mom, and these are the items I sold January 11th through the 17th. I got a nice little stand-up desk to work at because my neck has been killing me. So look how fancy. Hold on. Ooh, ah. Okay, anyways, so I had 2 days of no sales. I had 13 sales total, 7 on eBay and 6 on Posh. So let's get started. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'll let you know what my cost of goods were for the week, my total sales, and my net sales. Up first, we're gonna start with eBay. These LL Bean men's pajama pants, cost of goods was $106. I accepted an offer for $20. I netted $18.26. Okay, these Ann Taylor Loft pants were given to me. They were a size 2 petite, so cost of goods was $0. They sold for full price during my 10% off sale. And if I haven't talked about that, I just put my entire eBay store on 10% off just to see if that helps. I don't know. eBay's being weird. They sold for $20.69. I netted $19.86. This is a vintage Vanity Fair satin slip dress. Cost of goods was 64 cents. It also sold full price during my 10% off sale on eBay. So it sold for the same exact price of $20.69, and I netted $19.24. The other pair of LL Bean pajama pants that I had sold the same week, cost of goods was $106. They sold for $18. I accepted an offer. I netted $16.23. These are more shoes. I'm pretty sure I talked about these before. If you find a pair of these, definitely buy them. They resell pretty well. They sold in 87 days. Cost of goods was $323. I accepted an offer for $20. There was an ad fee of 80 cents attached. I netted $14.99, and they were scuffed up, but they're great for uniforms. These 9 West shoes were given to me by my friend in Kentucky. I accepted an offer for $45, so I netted $41.01. These were my daughter's shoes. Obviously, this was a pretty good week for shoes on eBay. They sold for full price during my 10% off sale for $25.19 because they were my daughter's and she wore them. The cost of goods was $0. I netted $24.35. Over on Posh, this North Face Wakerly jacket sold. I accepted an offer for $25. I netted $17.70. Cost of goods was $2.30. This came from the bins in Louisville. Our high-rise skinny jeans. So skinny jeans do still sell, just takes a little longer. Cost of goods was $3. I sent a closet clear out message and she accepted. They sold for $38. I netted $27.40. I accepted an offer for $15 on this Liz Claiborne top. Cost of goods was $108. I netted $10.92. This was my mom's. It was an Eddie Bauer vintage, probably, I didn't write that. Cardigan sweater. It sold in 69 days for $23. I accepted an offer and I netted $18.40. This Ralph Lauren top, I'm pretty sure was my husband's, so cost of goods was $0. It sold for $15. I accepted an offer and I netted $12. And last but not least, this Grateful Dead trucker hat sold. Cost of goods was $211. It sold for $20. I sent an offer and they accepted, so I netted $12.39. That brings this week's cost of goods to $14.48. My total sales were $379.07, and my net sales prior to taxes were $252.75. I hope you'll have a great week. Bye.